Alrighty, video 4. Now we're going to actually get into converting. So we've talked about the different types of measurement, all the different types of dimensions. We've talked about converting. We've talked about the different types of units with regard to volume, density, and mass. And now we're going to actually convert. So we have how many inches are there in 110 yards? So 110 yards is what we are given. That is our starting point. If you think back to our weeks and minutes example, this would be the weeks. So we start with 110 yards. Okay, there's 110 yards. We want to multiply that by the next smallest unit. Okay, so if we think about yards, the next smallest thing would be feet. There are 3 feet per yard. Feet, let me get my hand in there. Feet per yard. That would be our fraction. So times 3 feet per yard. And as we talked about with the week example, this yard is on the top, this yard is on the bottom. They are going to cancel out eventually. Now, we're in feet. We still want to get to inches. So the next unit would in fact be inches. And we know that there are 12 inches per foot. 12 inches per foot. Okay, 12 inches per foot. So now we can go through here and cross off our units to make sure that we did it right. Yards divides yards. Feet divide feet. And we are left with inches. So if we multiply this all together, we get 3,960 inches. You gotta be sure to write your units. I know when I was in high school, I hated writing units down. That's just the way it is. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. How many inches are in 234 centimeters? Now, this is a little bit of an oddball one that you probably won't know off the top of your head because this is customary and this is metric. So luckily for you, we have the Regents reference sheet. And if we look right here, we can see that we have inches to centimeters conversion. So I'm going to come back over to my sheet and start with what I have. So I have that we have 234 centimeters. Now, I want to multiply this by something that has centimeters in the denominator because I want those centimeters to cancel out. So let me go back over to my reference sheet. Actually, let's see if I can drag it over here. Okay, and we'll select this one to go over here. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So this is going to take a little bit of algebra, not much. But if we think about this, let me draw over here too. We want centimeters to be in the bottom. So if we want centimeters to be in the bottom, we would divide centimeters across our equal sign. Let me show you what I mean. 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So in order to get centimeters in the bottom, okay, I will divide both sides by 2.54 centimeters. 2.54 centimeters. 2.54 centimeters. Now I'm left with 1 inch per 2.54 centimeters. Okay? I can see now that my centimeters are in the bottom. So I'm going to come over here. Let's use green now because we're in our final destination. Times 1 over 2.54 inches over centimeters. And I can see again that centimeters crosses out with centimeters, and my only unit left is 2.54. So if I multiply this, if I go to my calculator and type in 234 times, if I do alpha y equals, and then the numerator over denominator, I can get my fraction in there. Or I could just divide these. 234 divided by 2.54 is 92.13. Okay? And that should make sense to us. A centimeter is smaller than an inch. So if you have a lot of centimeters, then you'd have fewer inches. See, way back in high school, I never liked writing my units down, so now I forget. How many centimeters are there in 7 feet? Okay, so we're going to have to go a couple steps to do this because we don't have any conversion from feet to centimeters. But what we do have is inches to centimeters. So what we can do is write down what we have. Let's put that in purple again. We have 7 feet. And our pathway to centimeters is going to be through inches. So I need to convert feet to inches. So we know that there are 12 inches per foot. And now I'm at my destination. I need to cancel out my inches. So over here with this fraction, I need my inches to be in the denominator. So basically, I'm just going to flip this fraction. And I have 2.54 centimeters per inch. And now we can go through this. This gets satisfying after a while. Feet divides feet. Inches divides inches, and therefore we are left with 7 times 12 times 2.5. 213.36. I'm going to do just one more example with you guys here because all of these have been length. Should be pretty easy. Same thing for pounds and grams. If we come over here, we can take a look at our conversions. So we have pounds, or we have grams, and we want to know about pounds. Well, none of these say pounds and grams, so it looks like we're going to have to make our own conversion. So let's not freak out. Let's start with what we know. We know that there are 786 grams. Okay. All we have over here are kilograms. So we need to be able to convert to kilograms. And in order to convert to kilograms, you have to understand that kilo means 1,000. For me in track, a kilometer is 1,000 meters. That's how I keep it straight in my head. But kilo means 1,000. So literally it means 1,000 grams. So in order to divide my grams out, that means I need to do 1 kilogram per 1,000 grams because I need my grams to divide. There is 1 kilogram per 1,000 grams. If you need to pause the video and rewind it at any point to go back and rewatch something, do that too. Okay, so now I'm in kilograms, and now that I'm in kilograms, I can convert to pounds. So again, we need to have kilograms in the bottom, and we can see this conversion here says 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. If you want, you can do the division. 2.2 pounds, and we divide that by kilograms. To get this 1 kilogram over to the other side, we have to divide. So that would be times 2.2 pounds per kilogram. Okay, now the fun part, we get to cross these out. Grams divides grams, kilograms divides kilograms, and we can go through and multiply this. So you'd plug into your calculator 786 times 1 divided by 1,000 times 2.2. And that equals 1.7292 pounds. Whoa. Let's see if I can squeak it in there. Yes, and I forgot to put my centimeters up here. Still, so right from the get-go, you gotta get yourself to write your units down. Remember to get these units to divide. Look at what you have. Think about the pathway forwards to what you need. And yeah, that's pretty much that. We're just practicing converting.